Hi, this is James Gordon of Total Library here with the third book in the Doom series. The book I will be reviewing today, Doom 3, Infernal Sky by Daffodil Hugh and Brad Wienerraver. This is from Pocket Star Books, and this was published in 1996. This is one of the worst series I have ever read, and it's just absolutely getting worse the further I progress with these Doom books by these two terrible authors that can't write anything good. And after I'm done with the first four Doom books, I'm never touching anything by these authors again. I refuse to read anything by them. They're so awful. These books are just terrible. I was so bored with this book. You would not believe how boring this is. There's nothing good. There's nothing better over the other two. There's no improvements. It's just the same old shit. That's just I'm really getting tired of, and I'll be glad once I'm done with the first four Doom books and onto the Doom 3 novels. But oh, this book is terrible. It's boring. It has nothing worth reading for. In fact, I guarantee you, when I'm done with the fourth and final book in this first part of the Doom series, to just avoid these books at all costs. They're not worth reading. They don't have any charm or anything funny about them or memorable. They're just terrible books. Ugh. All right, on to the review. Plot. After the events on Hell on Earth, Flynn, Arlene, and Jill have escaped LA and reached the only state that has been left untouched, Hawaii, during Doomsday event when demons invaded Earth from Mars. Setting up a heavily fortified base with armed soldiers and scientists ready to battle the demons should they invade the island. In command of the base is Master Gunnery Sergeant Mulligan. Mulligan has Flynn and Arlene recount the events after shutting down the force field and escaping from a swarm of demons inside an office building and using a computer cables, duct tape, and a boot to climb out of a building when trapped on the top floor. However, Flynn and Arlene's story is very far-fetched and cartoonish, which Mulligan doesn't believe their wild story, but promotes them to a higher chain of command. While Flynn and Arlene are relaxing on the beaches and begin getting closer to each other. However, Jill is enjoying her stay at the base since most of the adults don't treat her well, especially Flynn, who doesn't like her. Only Dr. Ackerman respects Jill as she works in the lab area. While studying body parts from a cyber demon, the zombies in the warehouse break out of their holding pen and begin attacking the scientists as Jill is the only survivor, with Flynn and Arlene rescuing her after shooting their way through the different type of zombies. Command believes this was an act of sabotage and there might be a traitor within this Hawaii base. Flynn and Arlene are called in by Sergeant Williams and informs them that they received a message from Pluto after scientists decoded the message. The aliens claim to be the builders behind the gates found on the moons of Phobos, along with sending a warning to Earth about the invasion, but that wasn't decoded till after the invasion happened. Sergeant Williams wants Flynn and Arlene to go on this mission to see if the aliens can help them win this battle against the forces of hell. While Sergeant Hooker is debriefing them on their mission, Arlene wants Albert to join on the mission and Hooker agrees. After another Marine joins the group, Jill is able to convince Flynn to join the team and stating her hacking skills will come in handy. After packing up everything, all five of them leave the island of Hawaii and use surfboards to reach a sub, allowing them to travel safely underwater to reach the base that has a waiting spaceship. But before going to space, a fight breaks out when Albert learns Arlene is romantically in love with Flynn and not him, which upsets him, causing uneasy tension between the two. Then, at the last minute, Flynn has Jill stay behind because this mission is too dangerous for her. After reaching the base, they use a spaceship named Bova and travel to Phobos. However, once they arrive at Phobos base, they are greeted by bloodthirsty demons along with a stockpile of guns and ammo as Flynn and his team begin slaughtering their way through the base to find the gates. Once they reach the gates, they find the alien beings waiting for them, calling themselves Clevs, and wish to aid the humans in the battle against the forces of hell. Infernal Sky is a terrible and very boring sequel to Hell on Earth. Like the first two novels in this terrible series, it's horribly written, featureless with little to no detail in locations, characters, and doesn't offer anything exciting to read or try to improve anything to make this series better. And like before, characters make numerous references to movies, TV shows, books, authors, while compared to whatever situation they're in, as it really felt out of place. During this novel, the main character attempts to break the fourth wall by telling the viewers what's going on, along with scenes that felt like they belonged in a cartoon show. All the characters I couldn't care less for, as none of them were likable, just really annoying and stupid most of the time. And there was a lot of dialogue which didn't make any sense or hard to understand what the characters were talking about. And when the novel features the aliens, the authors don't bother describing what they look like while making it difficult to understand what they are saying, along with no backstory of why the gates were supposed to do in the first place, nor explain how the forces of hell got a hold of these gates and why they invaded Earth in the first place. But the most disappointing thing about this was how boring it was to read. Flipping page after page, I was so bored reading this novel, I regretted buying it. And the big battle between the humans and this huge demon thing is just a mess to read. I couldn't understand what the hell was going on during the final pages in Infernal Sky. It's like the authors didn't plan anything out with this novel, just wrote the worst thing they could for the sake of money. Overall, I don't recommend Infernal Sky despite its cool cover. The whole novel is a huge letdown and not worth reading or wasting your money on. And that is it for the review today, and as I said before, this book was just terrible and very boring to read. I was glad to be done with it, and I'm just glad I have only one more book to go, and I'll be done with the series for good, and then move on to the Doom 3 novels, as this novel is an absolute fucking joke. It is just fucking awful. I don't know why it picked these two writers to write this series. They could have picked so many better authors than these two assholes that don't know how to write a goddamn Doom Time book series. Oh, this book was so boring, and I felt like I was reading a cartoon. Just some of the things the characters do are ridiculous, and the odd choices they make, the weird things they say, and they thought, hey, let's have the main character break the fourth wall twice to make it really funny. That was so just cringy to read, and there's no improvement to this series whatsoever. There's just been no improvement to make the later books better. It's just, oh, it's awful. Oh, I hate this series. I'd be glad to get rid of it once I'm done with it. Alright, that is it for the review today. Hope you enjoyed it. And as I said, the last book in the last book in the first four Doom series that I'll be reading today because I want to be done with this series. I'm going to read this in one sitting. Is Endgame, and then I'll have a written review up tomorrow, and then I'll have a video review later as well, and then I'll move on to the Doom 3 novels, and after that I'm just going to go to my next book series, which I'm looking forward to, October Terror, which that's going to be a lot of fun when I do that. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to October Library, the YouTube channel, and the Facebook group with the same name. But please post, share a few fiction. Until then, I'll catch you later.